Welcome back to a new video. So this was my Sunday workout. I ended up having a really small and short session on Saturday and just wasn't feeling it, was just tired. Definitely from the Friday session, was not fully recovered. So I ended up just doing some snatching, got up to 110, missed it a couple times and stopped. But this Sunday session was the session I was hoping to kind of do on Saturday, but I really should have been more realistic and understood that all the waves and really just work I did on Friday was going to fatigue me for Saturday. Saturdays typically are the day that I want to go the heaviest, and that just wasn't the case since I went pretty heavy on the Friday. Now, I've done some planning as far as programming structure, and this session is one that I want to do at least twice a week, particularly with the waves and the snatch and the clean and jerk. I'm not as concerned with the front squats or pulls in this session necessarily progressing, but I was really happy with how all of these movements went. Just everything in general was a really nice session. With the waves, I started at 100, 105, 110, just like I did on Friday, and didn't have any misses, and they all felt really good. And on the last 110 that I did, you'll see me doing some overhead squats as well. On the second wave up, the 105 that I did was in front, if I was able to flex back, I guess. I'm not really sure, just get the bar back into the balance position, but it was definitely in front. But the third wave was honestly my best reps for all three, the 100, 105, and 110, so I was really happy about that. There's the one that was in front. And again, not too bad, but definitely was like drifting forward. But I was really happy with snatching. I've been really trying to emphasize the extension of my back, trying to almost arch. And I know I'm not really going to. I'm not like crazy flexible in that regard, but just trying to arch in the bottom and then trying to push and just keep my balance even on my toes, or on my feet I should say. So honestly trying to push with my big toe more, because what I've noticed is that my weight is just too far back when I start to pull, and that just kind of makes the bar shift all over the place. And so trying to think about my toe a little bit more and arching my back on the initiation of the pull has been making really my snatches feel really good on the Friday and on this day. I've been trying to do a little bit with cleans. It feels not as good on cleans, which is interesting because usually most things I do with snatches work really well for cleans as far as the pull goes, but cleans are feeling pretty good. And the big thing that's been helping with cleans, I suppose, is just waiting a bit longer, and I think having that position makes the pull feel a little bit slower, but I'm able to put it in a good spot for all the reps. And the jerks, the big goal in the session was to simply just go straight up and straight down and not have my elbows drift forward or not have any sort of weird imbalances. Not necessarily that I've been having like imbalances to side, but more so just like going forward a little bit or just moving not straight up and down. And so trying to really emphasize that. And honestly, it's been feeling really good. I've been pleasantly happy about that. And it's something that I can practice a lot, especially when I'm doing push presses. And that's a big reason why I like doing them, is that it does, for me, carry over really well to the jerks because of the mechanical similarities between the dip drive of the push press and of the jerk. And obviously the weight's a lot lighter, so you can do it more frequently, and you obviously get the benefit of it being a strength exercise. For the waves on the clean jerk, I did 120, 130, 140, and did that twice. So didn't want to do it 3 times. That would have just been too much volume with a clean jerk. So just did it twice, just because I'm not Ilya, not yet anyway. After clean jerks is kind of where my plan, quote unquote, broke down. I didn't necessarily think this was going to be super possible, but I had the idea of doing potentially some front squat waves and some clean pull waves as well. Not of repetitions, but just of singles. But once I finished this is 130, after I did this next 140, I kind of knew like front squats weren't really going to be there fully. So I knew that I was probably just going to work up, and I thought at best I could maybe get up to 180, and I don't think that was necessarily would have been too far off if I would have tried it today. But once I did 165, I was like, I could probably do like 175, but I didn't want to push myself that hard just because my mid back was getting a little bit sore, and I didn't want to have a spasm or anything weird like that. And the 165 was a good number, and I knew that I was fatigued at that point, so it wasn't really going to be worth it for me to grind out a super heavy weight in the front squat when I already had a really productive session leading, going up into that. And with this kind of session, I'm going to be getting a lot of volume in the snatch and clean jerk, so it's going to make sense that I'm a little fatigued with the once I get the front squats. Pulls went really well. Just did 3 doubles with 160, 190, and 230. And the only reason I jumped that extra 10 kilos on the last one is I was lazy and just wanted to throw on the blue instead of having to take off the yellow and put the blue on, and just configure 220. And it's a pull, so just really trying to keep my back in a similar position as the clean, which is something I think I did a pretty good job on these 2 reps. I also made a really nice progression, or some really nice progress on the lunge. So been doing body weight the last couple times, and I actually, as you can see, have added the barbell. So just did 3 sets of 5 with each leg, and I was really happy because here, I was really kind of narrow stepped, and I was like adjusting it as I was doing the reps more to just step out further, and I was feeling better. It actually hurts my right knee, not really like I'm having pain. I should say it's sore on my right knee. Even though my left quad tendon is more tight than my right one, my right knee just hates doing lunges and Bulgarian split squats and stuff like that. But it is getting better, and I feel like the position that I'm in is more upright and just in a better general lunge position. I probably, if I do this, I'll probably do it at least one more time in this week of training. Ideally, maybe 2 to 4 times, maybe even up to 4, I should say. Really, because the weight is still really light, I can kind of do it frequently. And for me, it's kind of how I was doing SOS presses, where it's more of just a mobility movement. But obviously, as I get better at it, I want to add. I guess that's more so the goal is just to add repetitions to it for now, and then continue to add weight. Because I mean, this is what 20 kilos more than body weight, so that's already a lot of progress. And just trying to get consistent with the technique that I'm doing and trying to make sure that it feels good with that. But really happy with the lunges. It's the only accessory I did today. I'm not sure what training will look like tomorrow because I'm pretty sore, and I have a feeling I'll be pretty tired for tomorrow's session. I would like to do block stuff, and I think at least for snatching it'll feel pretty good, but we'll just kind of have to play that by feel. But really happy with the Sunday session. And I also, another random thing is I didn't take pre-workout. I just drank extra coffee, and I felt really good during the session. I think it wasn't so much the caffeine difference or anything like that, but I think it's just more so that I was more recovered from the Friday session. The reason for this one going well, but definitely a session I would like to do on like maybe twice in a week, maybe at least once, but just good practice for the snatch and the clean jerk. And with a session like this, the plan that I've kind of written out is to progress this from doing the 100, 105, 110 to doing 113 or 103, 113 or 108. Let me say that correctly for the end of this video because I don't feel like I'm redoing the audio. Essentially add 3 kilos to these waves. So instead of 100, 105, and 110, do 103, 108, 113, and kind of just keep progressing each week with an additional 3 kilos to hopefully be able to do these waves with progressively heavier weights until like the 7th week, and the 7th week just hopefully snatch like 130. I mean, it's not the end of the world if I don't necessarily get to that point. It's just kind of practicing and trying to get good at doing 110, and then obviously trying to get good with heavier and heavier weights. But definitely a good start, and even if I don't progress as fast as I want, as far as what I have kind of scribbled down on paper, definitely will like to have sessions like this because they just feel really productive, and I feel like I got a lot of good work in. That's going to be it for this one. I'll talk to you all on the next one. I hope you all have a great day. Peace.